Hi, everybody. Welcome to a cloudy East Lakeland as we get baseball back underway. It is the third game of the day here in Pool 2. Marianna set to take on Fort Meade. The top team in the division already decided. Isaiah Calhoun starting things off for Marianna with a base hit over the head of pitcher Nakia Pinkston, and Calhoun on to begin the Marianna first. And one team in Pool 2 that is in. West Seminole not only in, they will grab the top spot after going unbeaten in Pool 2. Meanwhile, in Pool 1, one team has wrapped up their play too. That is DeSoto. But DeSoto goes 1-3 in pool play, and they are out of bracket play. One team in. There's 4 spots in bracket play. One spot has been decided. One spot remains in Pool 2, 2 in Pool 1. Fielded at shortstop by Colton Zahara. Goes to second, gets the put out there unassisted for out number 1 with Allgood, the base runner, at first. Let's get that lineup set for you for Marianna. Of course, Isaiah Calhoun led things off. He is now trotting to the dugout after the 2-hitter Cole Allgood wraps into the unassisted put out at second. Brody Dykes, the 3-hitter. Beelan Charles batting 4th. Gabe Adkins is the 5-hitter. Kingston Bell in the 6th spot. Aspen Odom has that 7th spot. Gage Bragan batting 8th. Christian Kent is the 9-hitter. Hunter Fellows will bat 10th. It is socked into center field. And Brody Dykes with a base hit that has a couple of Marianna players aboard. Allgood will go to second. And 2 on here in the top part of the inning. Tyke Bird batting 11th. Weston Anderson is the 12-hitter for Marianna. As we round out and look at the offense for the team out of the Panhandle, Fort Meade looks this way defensively. Nakia Pinkston is on the hill. Meanwhile, behind the plate, Jasper Bearden. The first baseman is Adrian Badillo. Joseph Bittencourt at second. Shortstop Colton Zahara. And Weston Heath playing third. Outfield, Xander Carrillo is in left. Left center field belongs to Aiden Walker. Right center field, R.J. Camacho. And Ming Wright in right. On a swap, Pinkston has come off the hill. Cornelius has checked into the lineup. Going into right center field, and I think that is Camacho, who has gone to the hill as Pinkston exits. Couple of base runners on. Beelan Charles, left-hander, stepping in. 1 away, top part of the first. Marianna, Fort Meade. Fort Meade still in a hunt for a playoff berth. Marianna needs a victory badly to stay in the hunt. Fielded at second by Bittencourt. He will tag out the runner. Dykes, meanwhile, Allgood will come in and score. Charles at first, 2 away, 1 in. Gabe Adkins coming to the plate, the right-hander. Marianna, yesterday, losing to South Sumter 36-5, to West Seminole 22-10. So Marianna needs a couple of wins and then needs to hope for some help in getting in. Where Fort Meade is concerned, they lost to West Seminole and then beat Avon Park. Today they've got Marianna and South Sumter. So they have sustained 1 loss. So in a little better shape is Fort Meade. Fielded by Camacho, goes over to first and gets Gabe Adkins on the 1-3 putout for out number 3. 1 run will plate. 1 runner will be left on. We have played a half inning, and after a half, going to the bottom part of the first, Marianna 1, Fort Meade 0, and coming to bat.
Southern to serve to begin this inning. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got 1 guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Right here, one shot,
We head to the bottom of the first. Nakia Pinkston slated to begin the inning. I think we are waiting for Nakia Pinkston to arrive. You know, she came off the field, was on the mound, and, may have just had to take care of a little business, and she will be making her way to the plate momentarily. It's 5- and 6-year-olds. And when you got 5- and 6-year-olds, well, you just play along. You adapt. And Marianna calling their players off the field, but now here comes Nakia, so they will probably quickly be summoned back on the field. As Nakia Pinkston is ready. Probably walks onto the diamond going, hey, where is everybody? Game over. I haven't even gotten an at-bat. So Pinkston's got the headgear on. Marianna's in the dugout, but I think the guys that just took a sprint to the dugout is going to sprint back onto the field. And we'll get the bottom part of the first underway. Nakia Pinkston leading things off. Aiden Walker batting in the 2 spot. R.J. Camacho is the 3-hitter. Colton Zahara batting 4th for Fort Meade. Jasper Bearden, the 5-hitter. Ming Wright hits 6th. Adrian Badillo in the 7 spot. Xander Carrillo batting 8th. Joseph Bentoncourt is the 9-hitter. Weston Heath batting 10th. Javi Hernandez 11th. And Zahara Cornelius is the 12 guy. Well, the day is now complete. Sam has arrived. It didn't feel like a day at the park in Dixie Youth Baseball until Sam got here, but he's good. And I'm good, too. Thank you very much. Sam's been looking out after me, making sure I stay hydrated. Pinkston into left field, and that's why you want Pinkston out there. Delivers with a base hit and winds up at second, Nakia Pinkston. Well, during the break, I took a lengthy look at the brackets, and where Marianna is concerned, still not quite in control of their own destiny, but they play South Sumter, they play Fort Meade, the 2 teams that they need to sustain losses. So if Marianna can win this one and the next one, as this is launched by Aiden Walker into left field, Pinkston given the green light from third, going to second Walker, and he motors towards third and giving up the chase. Dykes steps into the circle to make sure that Walker will go no further than third.
To bat, number 3, RJ.
Tied at 1. But if you're Marianna, then you rely on the tiebreaker scenario, but you've created a situation in which you possibly create a 3-way tie for second. So if you're Marianna, you win a couple of games today, and there's the possibility that you get in. Here's the tiebreaker scenario. Rule 1 is it's popped up over the head of a leaping Cole Allgood. Could not bring it in, and Walker will come in from third as Camacho is safely at first.
Up to bat, number 23, Colton.
2-1 lead, Fort Meade batting here in the bottom of the first. Here's the tiebreakers, head-to-head record. Well, if everybody's tied at 2 each, we go to Rule 2. Least runs allowed between the tied teams. That is hit into center field. Well, South Sumter actually, Marianna has played. It's Avon Park. So that means they're not in complete control of their destiny as I take another gander at the pool play. Colton Zahara inside the Parker.
Up to bat, number 10.
So that means they would need a little help. They need to win this one, beat Avon Park, and then hope that Fort Meade beats South Sumter. That's how Marianna would have maybe a shot. As it rolls into center field, Dykes will scoop it up. Jasper Bearden, the base runner, at first. But then you go to the tiebreaker scenario that says least runs allowed between tied teams, and you got the big win by South Sumter yesterday over Marianna in the opening game, so it would be tough for Marianna to get in, but they're playing for some pride. Fort Meade, though, still with a shot. They've got South Sumter. That will become the key ball game if Fort Meade wins this one. The roll to Adkins comes out of the circle. Fields tries to get it to second. Cannot. Bearden safely there. Ming Wright, the base runner, at first.
Up to bat, number 24,
Bottom of the first, 4-1 lead Fort Meade as the seventh at-bat comes to the plate. Let's get Marianna's defense set for you. Gabe Adkins on the hill, Hunter Fellows behind the plate. Kingston Bell at first, Aspen Odom at second. The shortstop is Brody Dykes. Popped up, drops in front of Odom. Odom will step on the bag at second and get the force out there. Bearden will come in and score. Wright goes to the dugout. Badillo, the base runner, at first with one away.
Up to bat number 7, Sander.
At third, Cole Allgood. Marianna's outfield. Christian Kinn in left. Isaiah Calhoun in left center. Right center belongs to Gage Bragan. And Beelan Charles is in right. Xander Carrillo rolls it towards third. Allgood picks up. Goes to first with a throw and not quite in time. Just ahead of the throw is Carrillo. Badillo will go to third, and there's runners at first and third for Joseph Bittencourt. 10th hitter of the inning. Weston Heath moves to the on-deck circle. Bottom of the first, 5-1 Fort Meade lead with Bittencourt stepping in. I can see the scoreboard on the other field, Pool 1 play, and I'll keep you updated there. West Volusia now with an 11-zip lead over East Lakeland. Hit into left center field, bounces beyond fielders. Badillo comes in to score. Carrillo rounding third. He will score. Bittencourt says, why stop at third? He trots home as well.
And the batter, number 22, West.
Base is cleared. Bittencourt in. And the last at-bat in the bottom of the first coming to the plate in the form of Weston Heath. Marianna's got Bell, Odom, and Bragan all due up. Pop towards first. And that will be it for the bottom of the first. 8, though, is the number of runs that score for Fort Meade. 8-1 score after one. We go to the second. Marianna sending Bell, Odom, and Bragan to the plate when we return.
Southern to serve to begin this return. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Top of the second, Kingston Bell starting things off for Marianna. Aspen Odom, Gage Bragan due up in the inning as well. We are looking with a weary eye to the skies. It is rolled to short. Zahara Fields over to first goes the throw, and is that in time for the out? Nope, base runner on Bell with an infield single.
Up to bat number 12, Aspen.
According to the iPhone weather app, you know that inaccurate iPhone weather app that I, for some reason, always refer to in weather-related matters. It says there is a 30% chance of rain at 5 p.m. The last game of the day slated for a 6 p.m. start. Aspen Odom stepping in. Maybe, just maybe, the rain will hold off until about 8 o'clock. And maybe we can get all games in. Aspen Odom with a base runner at first, nobody gone. In the second, rolled to short. Zahara trying to get it to first, but the throw runs into the slide of Bell. And Bell able to get in safely, knocking the ball away. And a couple of base runners on for Gage Bragan. Well, you might ask that if it rained, say, for the last game, and the two teams playing in that last game, since Zahara will field it short, send a rocket to second, and get Bragan on the put out at second. Throw coming home, trying to get Bell. Bell will score. Odom out on the 6-4. Then Bragan wrapped into for out number one. Bell plates. Bragan's at first with one away. And I don't know that Dixie Youth officials would cancel a game anyway if it was a meaningless game from the standpoint of impact on the brackets. It's about getting these youngsters playing time. But if they might be inclined, that's not going to be something they will consider, as it is popped up to second. Diving, trying to get there is Bittencourt. Christian Kent safely at first, rounding third. Bragan, he will come in and score. By the way, Christian, your daddy texting in, saying you're doing a great job. Love, Daddy. Christian Kent, base runner over at first. 8-3 contest here in the second. Fellows picked up at third by Heath, fires across the diamond. Not able to get Fellows. Kent coming in to score, and Fellows winds up at third. Now an 8-4 contest. Tyke Bird stepping in. Well, as I look around the complex here in East Lakeland, there are clouds building. They've been doing so very slowly. And apparently we've got an issue in the outfield. Looks like Cornelius. Little problems with the headgear, the hat. And that is a serious matter on a day like today. You need that bill shielding the face from the sun. Looks like Cornelius wears more of a sun visor than a ball cap. Bird rolling into Zahara at short. He will go over to first with a throw. And that'll be in time to get Bird on the 6-3, but the run will come in Fellows from third. Two gone for Weston Anderson. Isaiah Calhoun moves to the on-deck circle. Top of the second, 8-5 game here. It's in the second on the field adjoining, and it's 13-1 West Volusia. Anderson with a chop and a miss. Anderson's got the Easton up against the tee. Ball on tee, pulls back and chops over the top of it. Two gone, nobody aboard. Four have played it. It's an 8-5 game. Anderson with another swing and a miss. And he is a strikeout victim. So four come in and score, three go down. It's an 8-5 contest. Marianna slices the Fort Meade lead to 3 as we head to the bottom part of the second. Fort Meade sending the 11, 12, and 1 hitters to the plate when we return.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
To bat number 6, Bobby.
Javi Hernandez leading things off. Sahara Cornelius, Nakia Pinkston due up in the Fort Meade second. Eight, 5, Fort Meade lead. Marianna with a run in the first, 4 runs in the second. A cloudy Sunday afternoon here in East Lakeland, becoming just a little bit cloudier. Hernandez over to third, all good. Watches it roll into left field, and the leadoff batter on for Fort Meade here in the second. Well, in the Double-A, there's a World Series. In Triple-A Ozone and Majors, there is a World Series. But for T-Ball, this is the big one. You win the state title, and you win the biggest prize in the state of Florida. Roll towards short. Dykes thinking about getting it to second ahead of the arrival of Hernandez, and came up with a mitt just a little bit early. Hernandez will pull into second. Cornelius, the base runner, at first.
Number 9, Nakaya.
Back to the top of the order, Nakia Pinkston coming to the plate. Driven towards center field by Pinkston. Hernandez rounding third. He will come in and score. Pinkston on her way to second. Cornelius not stopping at third. He will score. Pinkston with a triple, then drives in two. Aiden Walker's got Pinkston at third. As 2 runs played for Fort Meade on the Pinkston at bat. High fly ball left field. Pinkston in on the RBI Aiden Walker single. As the lead goes to 6. Largest Fort Meade lead of the game thus far was 7.
Number 3, RJ.
It is 6. With RJ Camacho coming to the plate. He had a base hit and scored a run in the first. Colton Zahara moves to the on-deck circle. Another shot into left field. RJ Camacho. Walker rounding third. Let's see, did he cross the hash mark? He did. Walker will score. Camacho is at first. Still a base runner at first. That is Camacho as Colton Zahara comes to the plate. Jasper Bearden moves to the on-deck circle. Well, we got folks not all over the place, but in a lot of spots today. I'm here, Jason Thompson, on field 2 for pool 1. There was a solid shot by Zahara into center field. Hits, rolls, players pursuing. Camacho rounding third, comes home. Zahara, he will round third, and he will hit home plate as well. And Colton driving in 2 to clear the base path.
Up to bat number 10, Jasper.
Jasper Bearden got aboard and scored a run in the first. 6 runs plating here in the second. Rolled towards third, scooped up by Allgood, but when he pulled back the hammer to make the throw over to first, that bullet popped out of the chamber.
Up to bat number 5.
And Bearden safely at first. Well, on the opening day of play yesterday, it was right about this time when the rains came. Of course, we started yesterday an hour earlier than we did today. Yesterday was a 9 a.m. start, today a 10 a.m. start. So we've made it a little further in the day without precip. Rolled towards Dykes. He'll scoop up. Look, Bearden at second to the bag, and Ming Wright is safe at first.
Up to bat number 24, Adrian.
9th at bat in the bottom of the second for Fort Meade is Adrian Badillo. Badillo getting some coach instructions, has a couple of base runners on. Fort Meade trying to take their first double-digit lead of the game. Ball placed on tee. Badillo sizes the matter up. Drops in front of Odom. Odom trying to get to second before the arrival of Wright. In to score is Bearden. And did Wright get tagged out, or did he manage to avoid the Odom tag? Apparently able to slide away from Odom. He will go to third. Badillo, the base runner, at second. And here's the last at-bat in the inning.
Number 7, Xander.
Batter number 10, Xander Carrillo. Marianna heads to the top of their order in the top of the third after the Carrillo at bat. 2 base runners on. Possibility of adding 1, 2, or 3 more runs. Here in the bottom of the third. Hit up the middle. Smart play by pitcher Gabe Adkins. Comes out, retrieves. Wright will score, but Badillo and Carrillo will not. It's an 11-run lead. It belongs to Fort Meade. We go to the third. You're watching the Florida DYB T-Ball Baseball on JockJive.com.
Southern to serve to begin this time. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now in play in the game. Well, she's been the head coach. So she's done her part of the season.
Top of the third, top of the order, Isaiah Calhoun stepping in for Marianna. Drives it up the middle. Pinkston will field. She'll get it to first. And Calhoun out on the 1-3. Marianna needing a big inning here. They don't want to have to rely on huge innings in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Trying to slice into an 11-run advantage. Hey, don't forget about following us on Twitter, liking us on Facebook. I mentioned the goal. 10,000 likes by the end of the summer. There is a shot into center field. A 1-out base hit from Allgood. trying to turn 1 into 2, and he will safely do so at second. But here's the short-term goal. I hang around through the games tomorrow. Before I leave tomorrow night, sure would like to be at 9,200 likes on Facebook. That is 50 away. So if you have not liked us, please do. I think we've only picked up like 3 or 4 today. It's been a slow day. So call family, friends, neighbors. Say, hey, have you liked JockJive? If they have not, put JockJive Sports in the search engine. Find us, like us, and get right back to the game coverage. Scores, schedules, and more, we give it to you. Rain delays, we could have more rain today. Shot, the second one, a snag on the shoestrings, Betancourt. And then he will turn the double play with a toss to second. So Brody Dykes with a line out, and then a wise play with Badillo going to second to get Allgood off the bag. And despite Allgood getting aboard, it turns into a 3-up, 3-down, top of the third. We go to the bottom of the inning. Fort Meade leading it by 11 and coming to bat.
Southern to serve to begin this time. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. She's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Bottom of the third, Joseph Betancourt, who made that great play, turning the double play to in the top part of the third, leads off the bottom part of the inning. Why does it always seem to happen that way? A guy makes a great defensive play, or a lady, and they're often the first up
Number 11, Joseph.
when that defensive team turns into an offensive one. Joseph Betancourt got aboard with a base hit in the first, scored a run as well on Weston Heath. Javi Hernandez due up in the inning too. Pop to Dykes, and it will hit the mid and pop out. Betancourt aboard to begin the bottom of the third. Here is where
Up to bat, number 2.
Marianna needs to beware a bit. Fort Meade, if they play, let's see, they've got what? A potential, if you max out 30 runs left in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, does Marianna. So if, again, to Dykes, Dykes will knock it down and will not make the throw to second, though. And a couple of base runners on. But let's see, if you have a Fort Meade squad that, let's say they score 8 again, and it's a 24-5 game, that means that you will get to the 5th inning if you're a Marianna, maybe, depending upon how Fort Meade does in the bottom of the 4th, if you don't produce runs in the top part of the inning. Hernandez rolling it up the middle. Adkins throwing it over to first and has it there in time to get Hernandez on the 1-3 put out. Betancourt comes in and scores. And there's one away. So Marianna, knowing they need some defense in the bottom of the third and some offense in the top part of the 4th. Zahara Cornelius chops it over towards third. All good. It rolls to him. He will pick up, send into the circle to Adkins. And Cornelius at first as Heath comes in from third. Well, starting to feel that welcome but not so much combo of cooler temperatures and a bit of a breeze. Now it feels nice, but the problem is often it brings in, especially in July, some precipitation. So hopefully it'll just be the pleasantry we enjoy and not the precip. Back to the top of the order, Nakia Pinkston. Out of reach for all good at third. Travels into left field. Cornelius rounding second, heading towards third, and Dykes got Cornelius on the back. Tagged Cornelius out at third. 2 gone while Pinkston goes to second. And Marianna, at least thus far, doing what they needed to do here in the bottom part of the third, and that's turn on the defense. Aiden Walker, high fly ball. Dykes can't get to it. Pinkston rounds third, comes in to score. To second goes Aiden Walker. It is now a 19-5, 14-point and 14-run Fort Meade lead. R.J. Camacho with Walker at second. Colton Zahara to the on-deck circle. Popped up. Dykes picks up, looks at the runners. Walker rounds third. He will score. Ball handed to Adkins on the bump. Camacho stays at first. And Fort Meade will play their 20th run. Well, 24/7, JockJive, the spot for all kinds of sports, not just Dixie Youth, not just youth sports. All kinds of stuff as that one is lofted into center field. Camacho, he is coming towards home, rounds third, heads to the house. Zahara still motoring. He's told, hit it, buddy. And Zahara does, turns it into an inside the park home run.
Number 10,
Jasper Bearden to the plate, 9th at bat in the third. Ming Wright moves to the on-deck circle. Now a 22-5 contest. Out in front of the plate it goes, sits there. Adkins will track it down. And I think Bearden's going to have to go back to first. Well, he said, heck, until you tell me to stop, I'm going to keep running. Gives Blue a high five back to first and then was headed to the dugout. Oh, you mean I'm on first? I got you, coach. Just staying warm. Bearden in first, Ming Wright, the 10th at-bat of the inning. 6 runs have plated. Fort Meade trying to max it out at 8. Bearden at first, Wright batting. And, of course, Padilla will have to wait until the 4th. Rolled up the middle. And standing in the circle is Adkins. And apparently is not called time. And both runs will plate. Marianna's coach is going, hey, what's up with this? The ball was in the circle. Adkins holding on to it, but apparently Adkins never raised the hands to ask for timeout. Which apparently is a requirement. So a hit up the middle into the pitcher's mitt turns into an inside the park home run. As Wright scores, Bearden does the same, and the lead is now 19 for Fort Meade. We go to the fourth. Marianna coming to the plate with Charles Adkins and Bell on their way.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now way in the game. Oh, she's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
We head to the top of the fourth. Marianna desperately in need of runs. Beelan Charles, Gabe Adkins, Kingston Bell do 'em. The lead is 19. Coming out of the circle, Pinkston, and will not make a throw in the leadoff batter. Beelan Charles will get on. Well, here's the existing dilemma for Marianna. There will be a bottom of the fourth,
Number 5, Gabe.
but you've got to get out of the bottom of the fourth inside 20. Right now it's a 19-run advantage, so you want to chop as much off that 19-run lead as you possibly can here in the fourth and hope for a defensive stand as that one is popped high into the air towards center field. Charles able to get safely to second. Gabe Adkins, the base runner, at first. And I think Charles is going to have to go back to second. He is. So that's the dilemma where Marianna is concerned. You got to cut a lot off this lead. You don't want to just score a run. You score a run, that means they score 3 and the game ends in the bottom of the fourth. So Marianna hoping for a big inning here in the top part of the fourth. Speaking of big, in the fourth over on the adjoining ball field, as this one is popped into center field, gets away from R.J. Camacho. Charles coming in to score. Adkins told to come home as well. Kingston Bell might have it inside the Parker, and he does. And that's the stuff Marianna needs to buy themselves more outs and more innings.
Bat number 12, Aspen.
Nobody out for Aspen Odom. Odom with a base hit in the second, 1 for 1. Rolled towards short, slips through the fingertips of Zahara, and Odom on here in the top of the fourth. Gage Bragan, who hit into the 6-4. He will bat here in the top part of the fourth. Christian Kent moving to the on-deck circle. Marianna, by the way, hosting the state tournament for AAA and Ozone next week. It starts Saturday there at the Mears Complex. Hit towards Zahara. Goes to second and gets the lead runner on the 6-4 putout. One out with the base runner at first. We will be there, obviously, with all the coverage. Doing the state tournaments, pretty much an annual thing. I think there was 1 year that we skipped since 2008. Just couldn't work out all the logistics, but otherwise we've been here for every Florida Dixie Youth Baseball State Tournament. Runner is tagged out as it is fielded by Bittencourt. Tags out Bragan. Kent, the base runner, at first, and there's 2 away. Hunter Fellows, followed by Tyke Bird. Fellows, the picture of concentration. Rolled towards third. Heath dropped it first, but picked up before the arrival of Hunter Fellows by first baseman Adrian Badillo. And the 5-3 put out number 3. 3 runs will plate. We go to the bottom part of the inning. Fort Meade needing 5 to win it in the 4th. Marianna trying to keep 5 off the board. Back with more on the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball T-Ball Tournament after this.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. 20 in the game. Morgan, she's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
We enter the bottom part of the 4th. Adrian Badillo starting things off. Xander Carrillo and Joseph Bittencourt due up in the inning, too. Fort Meade needing a 5-run bottom of the 4th to win it in the 4th inning. Marianna trying to keep it below 5. 8 runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but Marianna trying to pick up the defense. And the logic as to why 5 is the magic number. 2 more innings left for Marianna. If you score 10 in the 5th and 6th, that's 20 runs. That means the most you can score is 28 in 6 innings. Popped up. Odom trying to get it on the 1-hopper, and aboard is Adrian Badillo. And there is no mercy rule. It is when you are mathematically eliminated. And if Fort Meade scores 5, even if Marianna got the 10 in the 5th and 6th, that wouldn't be enough to come back. So that's the magic number here in the 4th for Fort Meade, and it's the number that Marianna wants to avoid. Roll towards all good. Tries to scoop it up. Does, and brings it into the circle, but Carrillo is on. And a couple of base runners aboard for Joseph Bittencourt. We are keeping a weary eye on the sky. In portions of the complex, looks very nice. In portions of the complex, not so much. Roll towards center field. That is a base hit for Joseph Bittencourt. Badillo rounding third. He will come in to score. Carrillo on his way to third. Runners at first and third as Badillo comes in to score. And now that magic number 4.
Number 20.
Runners at first and third for Weston Heath. Marianna trying to pull off the improbable as it is launched to Dykes. Dykes just not quite able to bring it in. Carrillo will come in and score. Pittencourt routing third. He will come in too. Heath, the base runner, at second. And the lead now 19.
To bat number 6, Javi.
Javi Hernandez. 1 for 2 in the game. Sahara Cornelius moving to the on-deck circle. Base runner at second, Heath. Hit towards Allgood. Heath. Boy, he kicked it in. Slides over to third. And let's see if Hernandez will be sent back to first or will stay at second. He kicked it in and was near the hash mark before the ball got into the circle, and apparently Hernandez is indeed safe. So a couple of base runners on, both in scoring position. If they score, game over. Allgood trying to scoop it up. Brings it into the circle. Heath will score, and it's now a 28-8 contest. And the pressure now applied to Marianna. The lead is 20. If it goes to 21, Fort Meade wins it. Game ends in the fourth. Nakia Pinkston, 3 for 3. High fly ball left field. That's got Hernandez in to score. Cornelius heads to third. She will score as well. Pinkston is at second. And now the lead is insurmountable. And this one has gone final. Marianna and Fort Meade. One team with a game to go, the other team with a game to go. Both one game away from wrapping up pool play, but with a loss, Marianna eliminated from the potential of bracket play. Fort Meade still in the hunt. It is a 30-8 final. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You want a copy of the game coverage? It's available at info@jockjive.com. Jason Thompson still providing coverage of the West Volusia East Lakeland T-ball game, 30-7. West Volusia in the fourth there. And, of course, Anthony Crum has got the Majors tournament where South Sumter is taking on Brooksville. And in Spring Hill, Mike Rideout with baseball in Spring Hill. Just a plethora of youth sports, all here on JockJive.com. It's final. Fort Meade wins it. Robert Williamson saying so long for JockJive.com.